Top of the morning, afternoon, and the evening. It's the Wayne World Podcast. You know what it is. We gonna get that raw. We gonna get that real, that uncut. For so. You know it's your boy Mo. For so. You know it's your boy Mo. Well, don't act like you don't know we love God. For so. Chill. For so. Alright, man, let's get into it. You know what I'm talking about? Top of the morning, the afternoon, and the evening to you, whomever you may be, wherever you may be watching, looking, or listening. It's your boy Mo, trapping at a bendo. Whoa, let me with your big baby. And welcome to Wayne, where's my middle name on Timmy. We got my boy Randy C. Mays in the building on Timmy.
Yeah, man, that's my whole name, man. Hey, Aunt, can we cuss on here?
Boy, we can cuss so much, Kim folk, if we didn't cuss, they'll put up a fuss.
That way.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that way,
man.
you know what I'm talking about? Hey, I'm trying to give you something new and improved every week. But listen, all of the Wayniacs, what up, though? I love you from the bottom of my... You're my heart, girl. Corazon, you know what I'm talking about? If all of the first time and casual listeners, you come on back around now, yeah. Yeah, you show them how you do it up in, you show them boys how you do it up in Harlem there, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And listen, man, we got episode 41, 42, 48, 49. You know what I'm saying? We got episode 49, man. How you feeling, my guy?
Yup, man. You getting close, man. You did a lot of work, man. You almost pushing 50, man.
Man, we here, dog. We ain't here. We
special, man.
We passed that. You know what I'm saying?
There's some folk ain't never worked for 50 days, bro. You did almost 50 podcasts, man.
You know what I'm saying? I like the way you put them in there.
You got to put that podcast.
That 50 podcasts.
Yeah, bro. Hey, that boy be podcasting on the podcast.
Podcasting and stuff, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
Yeah, Sersky, man. But yeah, man, we thinking about doing something special for the 50th. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all let me know if y'all want us to do something special. We can give you something. We could
a little razzle dazzle.
We can do a little online virtual party or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. But listen, man. You first time and casual listeners, once again, you come on back around. And listen, you may be wondering, what is the Wayne's World Podcast about? I'm glad you asked. It's a variety podcast for the classic man with an edge. That is a man who loves God, puts his family first, and aspires to be great.
Absolutely.
Essentially, we want to provide a safe haven for the believer. And so we thank you for checking us out. Because I be checking the numbers. We got like 20 to 30 unique listeners. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And those numbers are steady growing. So we love you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
God is good.
You know what I'm talking about? All the time, folks. You thought you was going to slide that in. All the time.
God is good.
You know what I'm talking about?
All right.
And so what is today's podcast about? White people.
Ooh, be careful.
Outchea wildin', folks.
Be careful.
Nah, man. They be careful.
Be careful.
Boy, hey.
They created the internet.
Apparently, white folk can get in trouble, too.
Oh, bro.
Apparently. You know what I'm talking about?
Be careful.
But with that being said, let's get into some randomness. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, you random, huh? Random. Says Sersky. You know what I'm talking about?
Let's get into it.
Man, so, you know, we are very trendy, very fad people. You know what I'm talking about?
Fashionable in the
You know what I'm talking about? Old fashionable. You know what I'm talking about?
Get on YouTube, check out the fit.
You know what I'm talking about? What, YouTube? You on your YouTube?
I'm saying when they get on YouTube.
Oh yeah, watch it on YouTube. Well, you know, it's a lot of people listening on audio, folks. You gotta be specific. You gotta be specific to them folks.
Pacific, get it right.
Yeah, you gotta be Pacific. My bad. You gotta be Pacific to them folks.
Bro. Yeah, man.
But so you know, we're very trendy, very fad, like people at times.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that is always popping is TikTok with these challenges. And the one that stuck out to me at first was that, baby girl, give me something more. I know it's supposed to be something new, but it sounds like he's saying more.
Yeah, you got corrected on that. Your whole house will correct you.
And for me in my house, and by the way, if my wife, she don't be listening, she don't be supporting me, folks. But if she ever listens, don't ever correct me in front of people again. You do that in private.
In front of everybody, kids,
you do that in private.
Friends and all, folks.
You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, everybody was coming through, baby girl.
We were stuck in the house, though.
That's true.
We hadn't got to put on clothes, so it was an appropriate challenge.
Well, people putting on clothes just to do the challenge.
Right.
I ain't never do it. Did you ever do it?
Nah, I ain't post. I did it, but I ain't posted, folks.
Who you do it with?
Huh?
Who you do it with?
I was at the house.
You did it with the kids?
Nah, I just
You just did it yourself?
You talking about the outfit change?
No. I'm talking about, now that is something else,
I thought you
but I'm talking about
my
the something new.
Oh, no,
I'm talking about the actual with Wiz Khalifa and they were coming through dancing, Harlem shaking.
Oh, no, I ain't do that one. My bad.
Oh, okay.
I thought you talking
Hey,
about
folks, you gotta let me see that one you did though.
delete it.
Oh, come on, folks.
Yeah.
You gotta
Delete it and
how did you gotta show me that. But anyway, so yeah, it's just interesting to me because you see people do these challenges, and me personally, I don't even like TikTok. Let me say this. I feel like it's an app specifically for people who just want all the attention in the world.
disagree.
Okay, why do you disagree?
TikTok, man, from a business standpoint, I'm looking from a business standpoint, it's going to direct traffic wherever you want it to go. You only got a short period of time to show them what you see, intrigue them, and direct them to whatever you want to direct them to, whether it be your catering business or whatever. But there are some people who only dance and it's solely attention, and once TikTok goes away, they're no longer relevant. But to the people that are taking it and directing traffic to their business, genius.
Okay.
Absolutely. Genius.
All right, I'm going to keep it a stack. I don't know how to work that.
Me either.
So my daughter literally sat down and gave me a 5-minute powwow on how to run the app, and I was like, I'm out. You can run it for me, but I'm out on that. But so I wish I would have, but I'm just so much of a gangster, folk.
Right.
I'm so much of a gangster, folk. Y'all can't get me on cam dancing, folk. Y'all might use that against me, folk.
Yeah, no
in the court of law.
No incrimination.
Yeah, folk, no condemnation, folk.
Ain't nothing soft over here, folk.
Hey, pause. Busted challenge. What you think about that old busted challenge, folk?
Huh? I hadn't really. Hey,
by the way, I got to plug my boy with a couple connects on that. Hey, man, that boy, you been a fan of a couple of little busted challenge situations, huh?
I like the one. I don't like anything where a lady is going to degrade herself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so as long as the busted challenge is not the worst challenge I've seen.
It's not.
It's really not. There are some ways to actually do it in somewhat of. This time, Christian, I actually like the ones where the attractive young lady is on first, and then it'll cut, and it'll be a dude hitting the screen with a Bible.
With that little Bible.
Yeah, like I actually this time, sometimes it'll be a little extra. Like, okay, it was actually fun this time. But there's a way to do the busted challenge where you can work that camera angle around front, where you're just showing the outfit and not the derriere.
The derriere.
Deal with the derriere.
Oh, okay. You using them big boys today.
Yeah, man. I've been reading.
Okay, old Arthur. You old Arthur, folk. Old derriere. Nah, but that's what's up. I like this challenge. Like he said, if you're going to do it, if you're going to give me the front situation.
Yeah, some fit.
I seen one girl, I ain't going to lie. I've been unfollowing folks. I will unfollow you for free, folk. You know what I'm talking about? And she just was gyrating too hard when she went down with the bust. Folk, it was too much for me.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, you don't have to do that, folk. You know what I'm talking about? She had on like a leopard skin suit or something. I don't know, folk. The idea of social media is cool, but when you see the attention seeking, it really turns me off.
Right.
And it's like, for me, I can get in a groove where I really am enjoying getting on social media.
Yeah.
But some of that stuff is cornball central, boy.
Too much. And then I heard they be posting all that. Then I heard they don't even be responding to the DMs.
Yeah, and then
that's what I heard.
So let's get into this real quick. I'm glad you said that. Women are funny. And I'm going to just tell you why.
Tread lightly, bruh.
Nah, folk. I'm stomping on snakes and lions and tigers and bears on my, folk. Listen, you cannot, and I understand it's a free country, sort of, but you cannot have half your butt cheek out, no bra on, sequin shirt, and say you don't have the right to inbox me. How dare you treat me like a fam? What are you projecting? Pray. Pray for your sisters. Because some of them your sisters in Christ.
Yeah, because I just messaged them to pray with them.
I said, I don't know if you need a prayer or not. Based off of that busted challenge.
I'm just trying to, Father God, in the name of Jesus.
You might need me to lay hold their hands.
Yeah.
Boy, you stupid. Boy, that is funny. But no, I just think that as much as we are adults, I'm not gonna act like I've never posted something, or Randy ain't never posted something, and somebody ain't never slid in the DMs. But it's a free country, of course. But
Right.
we also have to use discretion.
Absolutely.
And I think that people, you can't be offended if what you're giving out, what you take in. Like you're naked and you just like, I want to appreciate my body. Well, he do too. So just be careful.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe what?
That they just be posting that to you. You did that for a reason. You just want. You may not have wanted to reply to the person. You wanted the attention though.
Right.
No cap.
Even if it's just in front of your friends to be like, girl, look at these thirsty.
You wanted the like. You wanted the message.
That's how
you wanted the hard eyes. Stop.
Exactly.
Stop playing with me.
Let's just call a spade there, folks. Hey, go back. I actually did a podcast call a spade. But anyway, moving on. Twitter.
Okay.
So for those of you who may know, may not know, Twitter bought the app Breaker, which is a podcasting app. And it was for the purpose of getting into this new development within Twitter called Twitter Space.
Right.
And it'll be an audio format made to rival Clubhouse. Right? Clubhouse is king right now, folks.
Absolutely.
People are saying Clubhouse is the way to get to a bag, to get to greater social media influence, all those things.
Yeah.
And so I don't know necessarily how I feel about it because, number one, I've never been a big Twitter guy.
I like Twitter.
You're great at Twitter.
Yeah, I like Twitter.
The way you post, I'm going to put your handle up here, but the way you post on Twitter is effective. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. But my thoughts, though, overall is I'm all for business bettering themselves, innovating, all those things. But like we kind of talked about beforehand, Twitter has its own ecosystem.
Absolutely.
In the way that it works, especially like Black Twitter, that's your comedy, that's your roasting, that's, Twitter's also current events, it's news. People go to Twitter for a lot of different things.
Right. Absolutely.
Maybe sometimes we need to leave well enough alone. And I only say it because of the way that Twitter is designed. If you look at Instagram, it started off with just pictures.
Yep.
Then it evolved into videos,
Short videos.
15-second videos, and then it went to a minute.
Right.
It proved that we were ready for that progression.
Right.
People just like to go on Twitter and get their little 140 characters off.
Right. So here's where it's going to be effective, though, now in the middle of a pandemic. So we call Black Twitter, which is really just a bunch of Black people on Twitter regarding whatever specific event is taking place at that time. So Nate Robinson get knocked out, you got to go to Twitter.
Facts.
You got to search that hashtag.
Facts.
So now if they're saying they're going to do the audio, you actually just created a family reunion with people that you may actually like.
To get together.
Over the audio, over whatever specific event that's taking place at that time. It's going to be lit. I promise you it's going to be pure entertainment. And I don't know who's backing Clubhouse, but I'll assume that Twitter has more money than the people who back Clubhouse. I'll just assume.
Yeah,
so let's say that whatever features or deficiencies are being exposed in Clubhouse, Twitter may be able to jump out the gate and already have those in place. Like maybe a messaging. I don't know if they're going to be able to have it or not, but I mean, they really already have a platform where you can DM, so it may all come together. So I think it'll be okay. But Clubhouse has established a heck of a brand right now.
So you make a good point, and the ability that Twitter has is, number one, they're buying a podcasting app, so it has everything that you need to provide quality audio, video, etc.
Yep.
But where they also win is they have the ability to learn from Clubhouse's mistakes.
No doubt. I guarantee there are Twitter personnel in Clubhouse learning, getting feedback, getting in these rooms, moderating rooms, learning and taking all that stuff, and then they're bringing it right. No doubt in my mind, all the complaints. Because Twitter's going to be able to launch and have Android and the iPhone platform off rip. They'll have the finance, they have the back, and they have the ability to do it. They got the staff.
I do appreciate, and I think we're just people that like to feel special.
Right.
I do appreciate the exclusivity of.
I do.
Hey, we just on here with it, folk. It's just iPhone game, Blue Bubble. You know what I'm talking about? That's something that we really take pride in.
That's in business period.
But then once you look into it, you also start seeing how what we use is a benefit beyond just what we prefer. But I appreciate that. So I think it'll be interesting, to see the battle in the tech world.
It'd be good
for supremacy, because Twitter's been relevant for a long time.
Absolutely.
Now, being a person that hasn't used it a lot, I haven't always really cared. But when I get in my bag sometimes, and I like to just go in there and go crazy.
It's the place to do it.
Exactly. I tried to do it on Facebook one time.
You're going to get muted.
And then JL actually was like, "Fuck, you need to go on Twitter. That's where you do that." Because it's funny, it's cool, but it's like niggas don't want to see you do 20 one line posts.
You got maybe 2 posts a day on Facebook, in my opinion. Once you get to like 3 to 4, you muted for 30 days on my timeline. Why are you talking so much, sir?
That's only fair because if you have the ability to take one post and make it into this thing that everybody comes to communicate on, you don't need to do anything else for the day.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, y'all tell us what y'all think. If Twitter provides this audio format, do you see yourself hopping on it? You know, do you think it's a good idea? Should they just leave well enough alone? Put your comments below and, connect with us on social media so we can continue these conversations. But with that being said, we are moving on, folk. You know what I'm talking about? And you already know what it is, man. We about to get into, you gonna get these sports. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Who? And we back in here. Yeah. Hey, this ain't no intro. This that entree. Did that intro with Kanye and sound like Andre. Trying to turn my baby mama to my fiance.
That boy want to deal so bad.
Hey, nice as you guys. Man, that boy a hater, folks.
That boy want to deal so bad.
Oh, let me lift their voice, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Let me get in my bag. You know what I'm talking about? So, first I want to get into this national championship game. Let me just go and get right into it.
Bama
versus Ohio State. What's going on, man? Like, why these boys so cold, dog?
Bama gonna do what Bama do, man. Leadership.
Bro.
You have to go to leadership, bro.
Absolutely.
Recruiting, of course, is just what it is. People want to go there and win and then go to league.
True,
got it.
True.
Leadership, bro.
But I hate it, folks. Bro, I'm tired of Alabama, folks. Like how Cats was tired of the Patriots. I'm tired of Alabama, folks. Especially when you beat my team. You beat my team. You beat Notre Dame, folks. That's disrespect. Now, I will not tolerate no disrespect from no man, folks. You come to my house, you disrespect me, I shoot you where you stand, folks. I shoot you where you lay, nigga.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that. Boy, stop playing with me, boy.
I don't condone violence.
Hey, I do. Hey, I told you I shoot you on cam. I told you that.
That's cap.
I mean that with all my heart, mind, body, and soul. Nigga. What you talking about? But anyway, back to Alabama versus Ohio State, because y'all gonna see a murder. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, man, it was not even close. And I really thought that Ohio State had the offensive prowess to be able to really do something.
Yeah, they ain't look bad, but they didn't look bad, but they didn't look like they had control at all.
They didn't look bad early, and then it got out of control. And then once the receiver, number 6, I forgot his name. That boy is cold.
Did what he want to.
He had 200 and something yards,
Did what he
but
want to.
when he got hurt and didn't have to play again, had like 3 touchdowns. He did better then than he did in the first round. I'm like, that's crazy. But that just shows how stacked they are, number one. But I'm like, first of all, you did Notre Dame bad. I'm not surprised by that because I talked about it last week. We get on the biggest stage and we do the worst every single time. But it's like, for you to do this team like this, I'm like, I don't think Clemson would have had a chance.
Nah, man, Bama do what Bama do, bro.
The way that that power can shift from year to year in college football is like crazy to me. Like, it'll really go like Alabama for 4 years, then Clemson for 2, then Alabama, then Clemson. Like,
top dog.
Which brings me to something else. Should the players get paid?
I'm okay. I don't understand the science behind the millions of dollars that these people bring in, and then there's some of them that still struggle to eat and buy clothes. Especially if they come from nothing and mama don't have it.
So this is on the spot because he don't know what I be. He don't never know.
I think they need a stipend, bro.
I was just finna say. So what do you suggest?
I say they need a stipend, bro.
Should it be for every sport or just the ones that bring in money?
I think that should be a cap because some little D2, D3 school ain't gonna bring how much money? What they gonna get, a $75 stipend?
And should money be allocated based off of how much money your school brings in?
Absolutely, that just makes sense. That's why that's like NBA and WNBA checks.
I just heard somebody talking about this.
People want the WNBA to make as much as the NBA, That's fine if they made some money.
Your stadium seat 4,000 people.
Yeah, like if they got to the point where it was lining up with NBA and they still only making what is it, $100K? Nah, I mean that wouldn't be fair. But
I think the team for here, the Dallas Mystique or Dallas Mystic, they play in the same.
The Wings or Wings or who?
Is it Wings?
Wings, yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, then the Dallas Wings. See, there we go.
Right.
The Dallas Wings play at UTA.
Right.
They play at a college campus.
It's good basketball. I like WNBA because it's a little bit slowed down fundamental basketball, so I can watch it. But it don't do for me what the NBA does at all.
I like it if it's like that prequel to a nap. Like that's the type of basketball you watch right before you trying to nod off for a couple hours. Bro, it's boring.
Yeah, man.
Look, Brittany Griner, that dude brought some excitement to the game.
Stop, bro.
Oh, got a mustache now.
Bro, stop, bro. No,
Oh.
no, bro.
Oh,
No, bro.
Hey, oh,
No,
gotta
bro.
go. Oh,
No,
gotta
bro.
go.
Nope. I ain't going there with you. Nope. You by yourself. Go ahead, finish. You by yourself, though.
All right. So anyway, I ain't the biggest proponent of WNBA basketball. Shout out to the ladies. Moving on, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog.
We got the NFL playoffs going on. Now, we got to get into the revisionist history because it's important that we note that Pittsburgh got their butthole handed to them by them Cleveland Browns, folks.
I don't like them nowhere.
I hate them. And I'm glad y'all are not America's team. I don't know who America's team is because it ain't the Cowboys either. Popularity and winnability, if that's a word, like they are two different things. We could be the most popular. Like the Lakers are like the most loved and the most hated in the NBA. Are they? But you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, are they? They might actually qualify to be like America's team as far as NBA goes. They got the rings, they got the cachet, they stay relevant. They got LeBron now, but the Cowboys, I can't necessarily say they are based off of production. You can't listen. You can't be the best. You can't be fourth most popular car in the world and then break down every. You know what I'm saying?
I think I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't think the America's team thing can even go towards basketball for whatever reason. That's
right. I'm just saying. As far as
I got you. But I think it's still going to be America's team because they're going to be people from different parts of the country that just love the Cowboys, period. I think they still remain America's team.
The ability to be viable or relevant in the midst of your trashness.
People from around the world just love the Cowboys. Right. Bro. It's crazy.
It speaks to something, for sure.
Yeah, and they ain't won since the 90s.
I've been trying to not be a fan since 13, 14. I've been trying, bro. Like, man, I hate these niggas. I'm not watching no more. Training camp come.
You come back.
Preseason come. I'm just like, well, I guess I sit there and watch a little bit.
Yeah, folk.
It's just something about them, folk. They might got that old spirit on them. They got that Proverbs 7 spirit.
Yeah, man. Keep coming back to it, man.
We'll get to that Proverbs 7 another time.
Can't get nowhere near it.
But I just want to say thank you, Cleveland Browns, for doing what you haven't done. Because they broke a big streak, bro. They haven't won a playoff game since like the 90s or something like that. It's something crazy.
Terrible.
Now, do I think that they're going to be anything moving forward? Absolutely not. I think that Pittsburgh, and I know you don't follow, but Pittsburgh pretty much went on like an 8, 9, 10 game winning streak. Mm-hmm. And then as the season got later, they pretty much started going downhill. Now, I mean, I saw the chinks in the armor. You know what I'm saying? Because they almost lost to us.
You saw the what in the armor, folks?
Chinks, folk.
Okay.
I saw them old chinks, them old kinks, folk. I saw
kinks. Okay.
No, people say chink too.
I mean, I was just asking. I had never heard it.
I'll Google it, folk. Don't put me on spot on my own stuff.
I thought that was racial slur.
Yeah, it's a slur, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a slur when you disrespect a man on his own stuff, folk.
Hey, bro, you caught me over here, bro. I was asleep.
He said he called me over here. Hey, folk, you called me.
I'm over here, folk.
Nah, folk, I ain't got to call you. You know the vibes, boy. But nah, so, anyway, but basically we knew that they weren't as good as they perceived themselves to be. And then the other game that I want to speak of before we get into the future or what's happening this weekend is the Ravens beat the Titans. That stiff arm, that famous stiff arm that Derrick Henry is known for so much was rendered ineffective. And I love it because it's so goofy. I got a friend named Justin. When you see a 6'5", 235 guy stiff arming Josh Norman or some little bitty cornerback. I don't see the specialness about that. Like, okay, it's cool in the moment, but don't make memes and send them to me because I know what's going to happen once y'all get against some real dogs. And that's what happened. Y'all got out there, and the boy rushed for 50 yards. So, congratulations. You on TikTok, you're everywhere, and you're sitting at home. You ain't go nowhere this year. So, you rendered ineffective. Now looking ahead to what we got. We got Green Bay playing the Rams, actually right now. And we got the Bills playing the Ravens later on. Listen, I'm going to just keep it funky with you. Green Bay going to beat the Rams, and I'm hoping that the Bills, and I'm hoping that Green Bay going to beat the Rams, and I hope that the Bills beat the Ravens. Only because my brother-in-law is a huge Ravens fan. I don't want to see them win. I don't want to hear, if I got to suffer, you got to suffer. You understand what I'm talking about?
Shady,
folk,
bro.
it's like that, folk.
That's what a hater do.
It's like that, folk.
That's what a hater do.
You want to beat me so bad. It's like that, folk. Anyway.
Okay.
So then, going on to tomorrow's games, we got New Orleans versus Tampa, and we got the Browns versus the Chiefs. I am hoping New Orleans win. Look, bro, I don't even like New Orleans. I don't. I'm not a New Orleans fan. I feel so bad for Drew Brees, folk.
Why?
That boy get hurt all the time now, folk.
He want to be hurt.
That boy slid down, toe by 15 ribs, folk.
He want to be hurt.
He want to be hurt?
He over it, folk. How long you been in the league?
A long time? I don't know.
He over it, folk.
I ain't no fan. I don't follow him then.
I ain't get him a check.
Anyway, I just want, bro, just let him get to one more Super Bowl so he can go on about his business. Because he look pathetic, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like Tom Brady. So please beat them. And then we got Browns versus Chiefs. Chiefs finna do what they do, folks. It's not finna be close.
Easy bag.
So then I'm pretty much gonna skip ahead and say I predict it's gonna be Chiefs Green Bay in the Super Bowl. And bro, I really believe Green Bay gonna take it, but I want the Chiefs to win. That's my honest opinion. I have another friend named David who's a Green Bay fan. He's from Wisconsin. I don't want to see them win. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It is what it is, folks.
Bro, with that,
Chiefs champion 2 years in a row. Let's make it do what it do. You know what I'm talking about? It is what it is, folks. We moving on in this thing, though. It's time to get into that meat, folks. What you know about getting into that old meat, folks? Hey, folk, I asked you a question. Don't sit me on silent.
Mute my mic, bro.
Man, get your, you right. Muted, nigga. Don't say nothing else.
Mute my mic, bro.
It's muted. Don't talk loud, nigga. Don't get put out. I had JL come over and take your place. Oh, goofing.
That's hard to beat.
Yeah, nigga, I'm gonna unmute you just because I don't want to disrespect your fans. I don't want to disrespect your fans, folks. All right, but let's get into that meat, man. And, the topic is white people. Man, y'all out here wilding, folks.
Tread lightly.
Hey, I ain't got to tread. You know what I'm talking about?
Tread lightly.
So, for those of you who may have been under a rock, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
White people stormed the Capitol, folks. Stormed that Capitol building. And they did it in a planned, what some people don't think, organized manner. But I'm like, how do you organizingly storm a building? You got to explain that one to me. Everybody got to go buck wild, go crazy. You know what I'm talking about? So, storm the building.
Man.
5 people up to this point that we know of were actually lost their lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 1 cop got beat with the American flag. That's crazy. The one lady, did you see the one white lady, Karen, that was on her way to the place and she was talking crazy, folk. Pulled up.
Yeah, what happened to her?
She tried to jump over that building, man. She got popped.
Yeah,
she got capped. Yeah. She got cap whapped.
Be careful. Watch him out.
Yeah, folks. She got capped, folks.
Yeah, they put her down one round, man, threw a crowd through a door.
Yeah.
Or a sharpshooter.
That was a black officer too, huh?
Nah.
You sure? I thought somebody said it was.
Like a white hand, bro. They tried to blame him.
That was a white hand?
Yeah, bro. Like a white hand to me.
That was a white hand.
Hey, he a white hand or he was high yellow?
You shot on the white hand side.
Yeah, like a white hand or he a high yellow.
That's crazy. Listen, we got to be, listen, bro. This is now we capping a little bit, but we got to get into some real conversations about this country and about the large discrepancies in what happens to a white life versus a black life. Like it's a real issue. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna say Trump for last for sure, but it's quite interesting that white people can incite hateful, Like there were people storming through the Capitol,
Right.
were saying racial slurs,
Right.
attacking people, harming people,
Mm-hmm.
and only 5 people lost their life. I'm not hoping there was more. I would just hope that the black lives that are lost would be way less for doing way less. See, people have listened to me address the black man, address the black woman, address the white individual on this podcast and take offense to the things that I've said. But like I've said many a times on my podcast, I pride myself on being an objective person, a believer before anything else.
Right.
And I'm able to articulate my point exactly the way that I want to.
Right.
The reality is this. Is racism a real thing in America?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And for us to not look at a mob of Caucasian individuals storming a prestigious building in America,
Right.
and essentially nothing happened to them besides 5 lives being lost, we not okay with that. Let's be clear. And multiple arrests, man, it's a bunch of black people that wish that would have been their plight.
Yeah.
To just go to jail for a night.
Right. It's not even the fact that they were arrested. It's in the manner they were arrested. So the fact of the matter is that you viewed them commit a criminal offense, right? You held the door as they exited from committing a criminal offense, and you filed charges later.
Wow.
That's always been what can be done in law enforcement. You can always identify somebody through technology, through the investigation on what you paid to do, and file charges later and make the arrest. Nothing nothing says that when you have a confrontation with the criminal after they've committed offense, nothing says that encounter has to end that night.
Right.
Pride is always before destruction, 100% of the time, and that's Bible, so nobody can argue me on that. The reason that oftentimes that officers can't let the situation go is because of pride.
Right.
I can't let this so-and-so beat me tonight. They have to go to jail. That's not the case. You can identify them and file the warrant and make the arrest later peacefully. That's the manner of the way. That's the direction that we're headed, and I believe that that's the direction that things are going to start to go.
I think it's important in what you kind of spoke to, but what I took from it is you could always lose the battle to win the war.
All the time.
It's not necessary to do everything that you can to chase a subject down, pull your gun. You know, a lot of these guys, if they'll do a crime once, they'll repeat that crime.
They're not going to change their lives.
Exactly.
Overnight.
I remember sitting at your house, and it was you, your pops, it was a lot of your buddies.
Right.
It was a lot of guys, and I'm sitting around just listening to you guys tell stories about situations. Your dad was giving the best ones, just 20 years of work that he's put in and making decisions to say, not only am I going to get a chance to go home tonight, whoever this person they are as well.
Right.
Because I'm not going to put myself in a unfavorable position to where I have to use harm or deadly force on somebody.
Absolutely.
When I can just say, you know what? We may meet again.
You will meet again.
Right. You will meet again. Right.
Absolutely.
Right. And so I think it's an unfortunate situation that we sit in, man, to really have to bite it. And I'm going to tell you something. There's something special about black people. And and people who know me know I am not the super pro black guy that's, whatever we say is always right. And it's not that. But it's something special about us because in the midst of these things going on, Black Twitter went crazy.
Yeah.
You know that there was memes, there was all type of videos.
That was good too.
But we almost kind of just look at it and be like, must be nice.
Right.
And like, listen, we could go out and start trying to act off of what they did. But we just move the way we move, and we just keep it going. There's a resiliency that we have.
Absolutely.
That is super important. I did a podcast about that one as well. We are resilient people who learn how to pick up the pieces and move forward. There's not much that we can't bounce back from.
We're used to it.
We're used to it. And I think that if we focus more on our strengths and how strong that we really are, we can handle some stuff that a lot of people and cultures can't handle.
No.
Listen, I've been in situations where a gun was pulled on me. I was 11, 12 years old, trying to be loyal to my cousin, and the police are looking for us to ask us questions. They pulled the gun on my brother. I'm standing right there. We could have easily lost our... They were white officers as well. We could have easily lost our lives that night.
Yeah.
But you learn from it. You get better. And I encourage black people this before we move on. I encourage us to not get so caught up in wanting to prove a point.
Right.
Because you're so upset about what's going on in the state of our culture that you end up putting you and your family in a position that you don't need to be in. Whether that's going to riot or lose your life, and now your wife at home figuring out what's going on. That's not something that I ascribe to as that's worthy of losing your life for.
Right.
You gotta, and I see it on TV shows, I see it on movies, but it's a real thing. You gotta learn how to fight smarter. Right. And if you're a believer, you gotta learn how to love people first.
Absolutely.
May not be what people want to hear, but it's the facts. But white people, y'all definitely out here wilding. The grand chief of them all, my boy Trump. I say that loosely. That ain't my guy. Ahead of time, Trump incited these people to make these rash decisions that got some people hurt.
Right.
Now, some of these people were, and hold on, I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like I'm all over the place. But can we please stop blaming conspiracies and Antifa for people making dumb decisions?
Right.
It's ingrained in the culture, the nation of this culture, for us to make horrible decisions.
Yeah.
Pillaging lands and mass genocides. All these things have happened across the nation. Everything can't be, it's a greater plot for the blah, 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 blah. It's just like, come on, that's goofy, man. Can we please stop doing that?
Facts.
But back to Trump. Inciting these people to do it. White people can be sore losers sometimes.
Facts. This
was all based off of, we don't like the results of the election.
Straight up.
I'm not freaking leaving. For the people who watch Wolf on Wall Street. So let me do something that has never been done. It's crazy that this is one of the most egregious things to happen in the last year. And it was less harm done, less damage done. Some people was walking out with statues and flags and beating people, trampling people. That's crazy to me.
Absolutely.
But the funny thing, your boy Trump got banned from everything. Did you see that?
Love it.
So let me just read what all he got banned from. Facebook, Twitter, Google. My guy can't even research no more. Trump can't research nothing for himself. Spotify, Snapchat, Instagram, Shopify. He can't even sell stuff. Trump can't even get you to buy a shirt from him, folks, unless he got his own website.
Yeah, man.
Reddit, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest.
And what?
Pinterest, my guy. No, it's Pinterest, my guy. It's not Pinterest. It's Pinterest.
But I'm not. I mean, it's funny to laugh at, but at the end of the day, he got 2 weeks left on the job. I'm not wowed by that, and I'm not wowed by the people who's just like, I'm quitting this campaign. I can't be a part of this.
Right.
But you was good for the whole 4 years.
We seen you, folk.
Miss me with that.
We seen you, folk.
Man, miss me with that.
Hey, folk, you picked up the bottle, you threw the bottle, and then when the police came, you ducked off behind the car.
Miss me with that.
We know how you moving out here. Yeah, we know where a lot of your allegiances lie. So y'all can't cap with us no more, trying to act like y'all really on the side of us. You know what I'm talking about? And this is my thing. He's the only president to be impeached twice, right? That's goofy. First of all, he only got like you said, he only got 2 weeks. Which matter of fact, he didn't even got that long.
Probably less than 2 weeks.
He got less than 2 weeks. I think it's Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. But yeah, they started all this stuff like when he had like 2 weeks left.
Fam, let that dude make it, folk. I understand white people always get their way or whatever y'all may believe. Leave it alone. Just let him.
Facts.
Bro, you get what I'm like. You know how sometimes in life you may have like kids who's the bad kids, right?
Right.
And if you give them a platform, it actually does more harm than if you just kind of don't. They not here right now. Just let them go out because they'll just bow out on their own. At the end of the day, he ain't going to, what he going to do? Strap himself in the White House with a bomb?
Whoa.
I'm just saying, what he going to do? What he going to do? Oh, you say don't give him no ideas or something? What you mean?
Oh, yeah. Change gears.
Hey, all I'm saying is let him go the way let him just go, folks.
Yeah, man.
Let them just don't make a big deal about this. Like y'all working so hard, y'all giving him more pub than what he need. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is a question to all my black people. All the Trump supporters that go so hard, you're staunch Republicans. How y'all feel now?
Same. They rocking with that dude, boy. That dude important. Real talk. Did you see the people saying that his First Amendment rights was being violated, bro?
Nah.
Like you have to have a right to Twitter and Facebook. Them private companies, man.
Right.
Go read the Constitution.
Right.
Miss me with that. I'm not gonna have a conversation until you're done reading.
Right. Yeah.
Go do your homework.
But that's so, man.
Crazy.
And see, that's why it's a lot, man. It's actually way more deeper and things that need to be unpacked within our community when it comes to things like this than what we would actually admit. But it's like, fam, why y'all go so hard for him though? Like, seriously, what is it that makes this man so worth you pounding the table about his rights? And it's like, fam, do you not see, like, the fact that you could be a man who I don't really believe is racist, but placate to the racist agenda for the sake of votes and support is so goofy to me. I don't get that.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot, bruh. It's a lot. It's sad. It's unfortunate. But I also want to skip ahead and say, please do not be mistaken to think that Joseph Biden is going to be able to do anything for you better. He may not incite white people to do riots and stuff, but politics is politics at the end of the day.
Hey, he get rid of them loans, them student loans though.
I'll rock with you on that, folk. And I'll say, dang, lost my train of thought when you said that.
Had to get that out.
Dang, I forgot. It is what it is. We moving on. But yeah, man, just don't be gullible. You know what I'm saying? I spoke to that on the last podcast as well. As a black person in America, we are targeted and we believe some of the most foolish, outlandish things. And we got to do better as a people so that we can really, because I'm like, white people ain't going to stop being white people. White people going white people, the black people going black, the Mexican going Mexican, folk. Whatever we do as a culture, we are going to continue to move that way by and large. Right. So make decisions to love people, to educate Absolutely. People, and to grow, because this ain't it. I done seen a lot of things in my lifetime, but I know this ain't it. And so with that being said, let's move on. Let's get into the question of the day. Where do we go from here as a nation? And I'm posing that to you as well. Where do we go from here as a nation?
Man, for me, I see it as let me go back. I think in 2020, as African Americans, I think African Americans gained a voice. And I got a voice back. I think there will be some changes. But unfortunately, we won't really see the real change until the next critical incident happens. We don't want another critical incident to happen, but that we'll see what happens when the next grand jury convenes, with whatever the next situation is. But I think that now, though, our voice matters. We saw people in 2020 get fired over racist social media posts that they were comfortable making. They've been making them since Facebook was Facebook, but now they're getting terminated. Now we're seeing us have a voice and a platform. And even in media, they're looking for the African American female to put up front. We got a voice now. So I think that's going to continue to happen. But unfortunately, it's going to take critical incidents in order for us to gain more voice and become more empowered, because we're going to continue to get more and more frustrated.
Right.
So I think as a nation, I think that's going to continue to progress. But we're also going to have a lot of more of the same, though.
Right. Exactly. So bottom line, things have to progress in some nature, right? Because you've allowed black people and people of color, not just black people, but people of color, to be able to stand up and say something. But we're not going to know the severity of the support until we're put in another bad situation. And you have to stand up and do something, and not just march and not just picket. You're going to have to put your actions with what you said, Joe Biden. Like, because that it's real. Like, he's did a lot to make promises, much like what Obama did. Right. So we need to see how you are going to move. You know what I'm saying? And I was going to say this. That's what I was going to say. I got a buddy of mine who's actually running for mayor of Arlington. On the local level, you can be more hands-on and make more impact in the sector of politics than at the biggest level, because there's way more checks and balances. Not to say that a mayor doesn't, but it's local. You can do more whether you're good or bad, whether you have a good agenda or a bad agenda. So no disrespect to that fact. I'm not a politic-y guy, but I do believe, at least at the local level, you can affect more change for your community.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'll say that. But with that being said, let's get into the momentous moments. You know what I'm talking about? So I'll be honest with you guys. It has been a very testing and trying 6 to 8 weeks for my life. And on the next episode, we're going to delve a little bit into some of the things that may go even further back than 6 to 8 weeks. But I do want to say that I truly thank the people who have been in our inboxes, who have been showing love and supporting what this podcast represents.
Yeah.
When I say the classic man with an edge, the man who loves God, puts his family first, aspires to be great, it opens the door for people who have a certain mindset, not a certain number in their bank account, a certain number of kids. Like, it's more so the man who is really working to strive to do better in every way, who literally is that man of God. Like, so it's unapologetically a podcast for the believer, right? Whoever wants to listen can listen, but I am talking to the fellas. You know what I'm saying? And the encouraging words, the inboxes that I've gotten have been nothing short of miraculous. I kind of let Randy hear a couple of them. Y'all been blowing my mind. You know what I'm saying? When the numbers don't look crazy, when the sales ain't where I want them to be, those things are enough to keep me and have me with that same fire to continue to provide dope content for you guys. And so it does not go unnoticed. I appreciate you. I thank you from the Wayne's World podcast, and from the bottom of my heart, man. I thank you guys, because it means something. And so it brought me to this thought. Don't neglect your platform and never underestimate your impact.
Absolutely.
Because the people that you could be affecting, you may never speak to. You may never see them.
All right.
They may never be able to support you in the way that you may desire in your heart, but it doesn't mean that you're not affecting the world.
Absolutely.
And so overall, I desire, like I said, to provide a safe haven for the believer, but I want to have a network of men and women who are doing dope things for the community, for the body, where we can all win and eat at the end. And hold me to that. Try me and see if I'm lying.
Right.
When I win, he gonna win, vice versa. That's the way that it's supposed to be in the kingdom.
Right.
And so don't neglect your platform. Don't stop doing what makes you you. And don't ever underestimate who you're touching when you're just faithful to do a 5-minute video. Absolutely. When you drop that song, when you know what I'm saying, post that quote from Twitter that you made. Keep doing what you're doing, and God is going to bless you truly. He going to open them doors that man couldn't open, and close those doors that man couldn't. Well, let me make sure I say that right. He'll close those doors that man can't open, and close those doors that man can't. Man, why I can't say it, folk? How it go?
Hey, man, listen.
I say this all the time in prayer. Okay, hold on. We're going to get this, folks. Y'all going to stick in there, too. Y'all going to chill. Don't judge me either. I got a shooter with me. God will close those doors that man can't open, and open those doors that man can't close. Right. There we go. Hey, man, players mess up, folks. You know what I'm talking about?
Good, a few times.
Hold on. Don't count the calls, folks.
I can like 4.
Don't count the calls, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, what? Hey, that's like a diamond ring in a pig snout.
Boy, stop. Listen, man, I agree with you 100%. So, man, move and I really can't touch what you said, man. But, man, move how God is calling you to move, and be able to absolutely do it with no applause. Because in your ministry, and that's what we call to do, is ministry, because we all part of the priesthood. Mm-hmm. In ministry, if you can bring one person to Christ in a lifetime, they go on to bless millions, or you stop one person from committing suicide because of your word of encouragement, you are successful in what you're doing. I don't care if you got 2 likes on that post.
It's a word, doctor.
That's that on that.
Man. So, man, listen. Oh, so now we get to the call of action. Listen. WaynesWorldStore.com. WaynesWorldStore.com. You scroll to the bottom. You sign up for the email newsletter. You know what I'm talking about? So anytime we got something new coming up, you'll know about it. We'll hit you up. You'll get something in your inbox. You know what I'm talking about? Got these shirts, man, worth the handsome wage, man, that we just dropped, and we encourage you guys to go check it out, man. We putting on for the fellas who putting on for the fellas. You know what I'm talking about? We putting on for the fellas who putting on for their family.
Mine.
Who about something. Yours is coming, folk. It's in the queue. You know what I'm talking about? But and the actually design is even better than what you see here. So I look forward to seeing you guys post and tag that, man. There is a 10% discount. You know what I'm saying? If you want the 10% discount, The Wayne's World Podcast on Instagram. The Wayne's World Podcast on Instagram. Inbox me and I will tell you what that code is so that you can get a little, you know what I'm saying, a little 10% off that order, cover the tax or whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to all the men who are worth a healthy wage. Absolutely. Or worth a handsome wage. You know what I'm talking about? I guess it could be healthy too. But listen, y'all know what it is, man. Thank you for listening to another week of the Wayne's World Podcast, man. We just trapping out of bando and loving folks. You know what I'm talking about? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Please.
Tell a friend to listen. Show some love for the people who deserve it. You know what I'm talking about? There's some men out here who putting on and we want to put them on. Listen, man, y'all know how we end every podcast. Life is hard enough. So remember, don't just live elevated. Until next week, I love you. May the Lord keep you. We'll see you at the conference. Peace. You know what I'm saying?